No tea, definitely no shade, because my apartment is a sauna. There's no air conditioning in my apartment. There's no tea in this teacup. There is only ice cold water because we need to stay hydrated and we need to stay cool. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Take on Tuesday. This week on Take on Tuesday, it's going to be my take on The Bachelorette. I did watch the show, but I've never been obsessed with it to the level that I have this season. So I think this season, I'm so much more into it because it's Rachel. It's like the first Black Bachelorette, we all know. I mean, in other seasons, I've watched the show, but I have not been as invested. And I get it now. Like, I always wondered, like, why is the show so popular? It's because it is addictive. So let's get right into this episode. She's down to the final 4 for hometowns. So we have Eric, Brian, Peter, and Dean is our final 4. Eric was our first hometown date. Oh my gosh. First of all, Eric, why? Why? Just stop with the stereotypical Black narrative. You see how my voice had to change up and everything when we got into this. Eric, why? Why? Oh, this is a drug dealer, off to prison, off to... No, I'm so tired of this ish. And they've been doing this the entire season. I was so hoping that this season would not be about race, but I've come to learn that in America, that is not possible. Like, everything in America is about race, and that is why I live in Canada. Thank you very much. Okay. No, like, he's talking about, what did he say? Roll the clip.
Tonight on The Bachelorette.
Baltimore is known for one of the top 10, I would say, toughest cities in America. A lot of violence, a lot of crime, a lot of drug dealing, a lot of murders. Look at they selling drugs right here.
Why? What the first thing that comes out of this boy's mouth? I'm not gonna use the N-word in this video because we're trying to be progressive. You see, I'm not even from there and this accent is coming out. Lord God, why you gotta bring that into it, Eric? But then, I mean, later in the episode we see that, like, that really is who he is, like, to a core. Again, I didn't grow up in that kind of environment. I'm somewhere in the middle. I have never been in Eric's situation where, like, I grew up in the hood and I didn't have nothing, and I've never been in Rachel's situation where I had, like, a very successful family who all had very stable careers and had a 38-year marriage. Like, no. So I'm pretty much in the middle. And I feel like most people are. Like, there's not a lot of Rachels and there's not a lot of Erics. But this is the narrative that we are being shown, is that if you're Black in America, you're either perfect, just, in this pretty little box, or you live in the hood and you sling drugs and you ain't got nothing. Why? Why ABC? Why Warner Brothers? Why Bachelor? Why? Okay. I'm done with that. Okay, so then Eric brings Rachel home to the fam. I see you, Eric. Eric is really starting to grow on me, you guys. Like, he's really starting to grow on me. His family is attractive. Okay. So his family is like, okay, for those of you that are not Black, and you guys think, oh my God, Eric's family is loud and why they keep dancing, and, like, you know how every time Eric sees her, he's always like, hey, like, and then the whole family was doing it when they were talking about him and her meeting for the first time on After the Final Rose, like, before they even started filming in the mansion. Oh my God. I was dying because that's like every Black family. So if you are not Black and you want to date a Black person, this is what you have to expect. Our families are loud. They love to laugh. They love to joke. They love to dance. They talk over each other. They're screaming. They're shouting. They're It is what it is, and you gotta appreciate it, okay? I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, who is messaging me? My dad. Sending me spam. Now, I know for all intents and purposes, we don't have a lot of time for this video, but overall, I really liked Eric's hometown. I like that they just skimmed over the ghetto thing. I like that they really focused on his family. They didn't talk too much about the drug dealing and the whatever and whatever. And I really like that they painted him in a positive light and showed that, you know, even though he was surrounded by that kind of environment, he did choose a different path. And I really liked that about Eric's hometown. And Eric's growing on me. Like, if she picks Eric, I would be okay with it, I think. Like, before, no way. I was like, no. He's just the last black man standing. But now, I'm picking up what Eric's putting down. I'm liking Eric. Okay, next up is Brian. Ugh. Guys, like 2 seconds into Brian's date, I'm Team Brian. And I've been hating Brian this whole time. Like, Brian has been getting on my nerves. If I have to hear that is all you hear on Brian and Rachel's dates. Sucking face, swapping spit, touching each other's body. That's all this is about. This is a physical relationship. This is a lustful relationship. I have not been feeling Brian whatsoever. Every word that comes out of this man's mouth is a line. Nothing is genuine with him. I'm like, oh, he's speaking Spanish. He's taking her to the Domino's. He translating stuff for her. He gonna take her to La Playa. I'm like, oh my God. And then he just goes right back into being Brian. What did he say? You know, when I see you smiling like this, that's all I want to see. You know, I think I'm obsessed. Like, stop. Shut it. No. He is a mama's boy. So let's talk about the fact that Brian is a mama's boy. Rachel, if you pick this man, you need to be prepared for this, because I have a lot of experience with mama's boys. So one of my exes, 100% a mama's boy. And at first it was so cute. Like, I would text him and I would say, hey, let's hang out. And he's like, no, sorry, I can't. Like, I'm doing something with my mom. I'm helping my mom. I'm hanging out with my mom. And it was really adorable in the beginning. And I was like, that is so sweet. Like, he treats his mother like she's a queen. I mean, I get it, because my mom and my brother have the exact same relationship. And I've kind of got to see how my sister-in-law deals with that. And she's amazing. God bless her heart. She's so amazing with it. Because you have to understand, like, being on the inside of it, I get it. So Rachel, you have to understand that once a boy is a mama's boy, he's always going to be a mama's boy. And you just have to accept it. So Brian's mom asks, what qualities do you see in Rachel that makes her a good wife? She's beautiful and she's smart. Shut up, Brian. I can't with you. I just can't with this man. Ooh. Then she asked the same question to Rachel. Rachel has adjectives for days. He's confident. He's confident. He's good looking. He's I can't remember. That's all I can think of right now. But I'm gonna put the clip in. But Rachel has adjectives. Okay.
What qualities do you see in her that made you thinking in a future with her?
Well, besides the obvious, beautiful, inside and out personality. She's really smart, and I think she's the one. I know she's the one.
What qualities do you see in my son that for you to consider him a potential husband?
The one.
Yeah.
Well, what first got me was just how open he was, how honest, direct, self-aware, secure, confident. And I saw how good his heart is, and that drew me in even more. I've never had a guy treat me the way that Brian does and it just makes me want to be better. I've never had that before.
Brian, it ain't cutting it no more. It ain't cutting it. And I'm so excited for next week because in the teaser we see that Rachel's sister ain't having it neither. She's like, Brian's full of shit. Cause he is. I'm so excited for next week, you guys. Guys, I'm doing another episode next week and it's going up on Wednesday, okay? And then at the end of their date, Brian, in typical Bachelor form, is like, now that you've met my family and now that they've accepted you, I can surely say with a whole heart that I am in love with you. He's watched this show too much, you guys. It's scripted, it's crap. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Ugh. Like, he had me for a second. Brian, you had me for a second. And I think that's what happened to Rachel. She... On to the next one. Peter! Peter! Oh my god! Rachel? Okay. I'm gonna speak right into the camera when I say this. Rachel, Peter is your husband. Okay? I love them so much. They're so cute together. They're everything. Peter is life. Peter is real. That's what I love about Peter, that Peter is real. And you know how they say, like, you gotta play hard to get? Peter's not playing hard to get, he just is. And I don't know what it is about us women, or like just in relationships in general. I think it's men and women. You always want what you can't have. And Peter is holding back, and I think that's what is so attractive about him. And I think that's what Rachel is so attracted to about him, is that he's not all in. He's not like bullshitting her. He's being so real. He's telling her like it is. And he's your husband, girl. He's your husband. That's all I have to say. So Peter makes this comment.
And now it's a welcoming back party. With
What do you mean a welcoming back party?
With
What do you mean a welcoming back party?
With
What do you mean a welcoming back party?
I did not like that comment, Peter. I'm not a trophy. I am not an object. I am a woman. I am your wife. Is what Rachel should have said. So next, Peter brings in his friends. Peter got black friends. Hey, Peter got black friends. You know, okay, so I've been watching, I think her name is Nikki Star TV. I'll link her video in the description. She's been doing these Bachelorette reviews since the show started. Her reviews and recaps are so flippin' funny, you guys. And she's like the person that gave me the idea to even do this video in the first place. I was like, you know, I should do one like hers for Take On Tuesday. But anyways, she's so funny, and she was saying she was shocked last week when Peter said that he never dated a black girl before, because he just seemed so comfortable around Rachel, unlike Dean and some of the other white guys that were going out on dates with her. And yeah, it's true. Like, I thought the same thing. I was like, surely he's dated a black girl before. And I follow him on Instagram, you guys, and he posted this photo on his Instagram of like his high school yearbook, where he said that like one of his aspirations was to be on The Bachelorette. And that photo, like, he was looking real, what's the word I'm looking for? Urban. Urban is the word that I'm looking for. He was looking real urban in that photo. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Peter was looking real urban in that high school yearbook photo. So I was like, I know he had some black girl in his life, but apparently he has not. But he has a lot of black friends. It's funny, like, they were all interracial couples at the table, and like they all just like fit in really well with each other. And like, I don't know, I just thought it was cool. I liked it, and I don't know, I think Peter's your husband. And then after that, we go back to like Peter is emotionally unavailable and he's not ready to propose and blah 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 blah. But I mean, his mom said that like he's ready for a committed relationship. His sister said that he's ready to be committed. He was so cute with his niece. I can't even, y'all. I can't even. Oh my god, Peter is your husband. If she doesn't pick Peter and they make Peter the next Bachelor, I'm gonna be so upset. Next we have Dean. Oh, y'all. Dean is so attractive. He's so attractive. Like, usually I'm not into blondes. He's kind of got like that ashy blonde, light brown thing going on. I'm usually not into blondes, but like, you cannot deny that Dean is fucking gorgeous. I'm sorry, I have been swearing a lot in this video, but like when I get emotional, I'm a potty mouth, guys. You guys have to recognize this. Like, I am a potty mouth. I swear. It's part of my personality. It's who I am. So I'm gonna be swearing in this video. We know from last week that Dean was very apprehensive about this whole hometown date situation, and he did not want to bring Rachel home to his family. I understand why after watching it, but in the beginning it was really good. Like, I was like, okay, like, I get that people deal with trauma differently, and obviously this whole like Sikh vibe that his dad has gone for, this whole like spiritual awakening thing, has been Dean's dad's way of dealing with it. You see when Dean's dad is talking about their mom that he gets really emotional, and like it's real feelings there, because like he was married to her for over 20 years and they had a wonderful life together, and then, you know, the same way that it really affected Dean, it obviously really affected his dad, but he just dealt with it differently, and obviously Dean didn't feel like that was the right way, so there was a lot of like harbored anger and like anxiety and everything that was like built up in that moment. So it was quite awkward. To the outsider, it did seem in the beginning like Dean's dad really was making an effort and did like want to be positive, but then when he was approached with that confrontation, his true colors really showed. And he didn't even want to talk to Rachel. He didn't give Rachel a chance, and I really feel bad because I feel like Dean's dad really did sabotage his chances. Like, I feel like if Dean's dad had remained the way he was in the beginning of their hometown date throughout, and if he, you know, greeted Dean with that same positivity and greeted Dean with the true, you know, this brings up a whole nother conversation about religion, but like, I feel like religion and spirituality and things, it is like a coping mechanism for people to deal with hard times in their life. And obviously Dean's dad has chosen to go with this particular spiritual journey. And like, people, this is just my opinion, I know this is controversial, but like, people like to try and push their religion on other people, or like say that like you should have like some kind of spiritual journey and like act very like righteous, like their way of spirituality is right. I'm not saying this is with everybody. I find this a lot with like Christianity, but like, everybody's flawed. Like, very religious people, I feel like they like to act like they're perfect, and like, they're not. Like, Dean's dad in the beginning was like, oh, let's all like listen to the vibes of the gong and like accept each other spiritually and blah 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 blah. But then when he was met with confrontation from his son, he didn't follow the practices of his spirituality, and he didn't, you know, open him with welcome arms. He started arguing with him, and he walked out on their conversation without having a resolution, and they were both very upset. At least Dean owns his shit, you know, like, he's like, nah, like, I'm gonna be real, like, I don't fucking have a good relationship with you. You pissed me off. You weren't there for me, and I'm gonna tell you like it is. Like, I would much rather somebody be like that than be like, kumbaya, and then behind my back being jerk, you know? Afterwards, Dean tells Rachel that he's falling in love, and she says it back. She says it back, you guys. And I was like, oh, like, maybe there is hope for Dean. And I mean, that moment did give me like a sprinkle of hope for Dean there. Then we get to the end, we get to the rose ceremony. Even though I know that like she's gonna pick Peter, because Peter is her husband, like, seeing each one of their families just like made it so much more real, and it just made their connection so much, and it just made me understand each of them more, and it just made me fall in love with like each one of them more. And it was like, oh, it was so hard. I didn't like the way that she broke up with Dean. I feel like she made the comment that like something about like he's not ready or something like that, and like I don't think that's fair. Like I really don't think that she broke up with Dean because of anything to do with him. I feel like she broke up with Dean because she had a pretty crazy experience with their hometowns, and she could never see herself fitting into that lifestyle. So next week is Fantasy Suites, and it seems like they're all going to be meeting Rachel's parents. In a lot of seasons, it's been the final 2 that meet the lead's parents, but it seems like all 3 of them are going to be meeting Rachel's family, so I'm excited for that. And guys, we're making another video next week. I'm so excited. Guys, I'm obsessed with this show. I'm living vicariously through Rachel. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this from me, just subscribe and you'll get notifications every time I post a video. Guys, next week it's gonna be crazy. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. I'm so excited. I love The Bachelorette. Like, this has been the best season of The Bachelorette by far, maybe because I'm just able to picture myself more clearly living vicariously through the lead. Peter is her husband, and if she doesn't pick him, Peter, I'll DM you on the gram. I'm sweating. You guys, this show has got me shook. I can't. I gotta stop. Okay. If Rachel doesn't pick Peter, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to like buy if Peter, like, I'm really gonna be upset, y'all. Like, Peter's her husband. That, what was his name? Paramruth? Paramruth. You see when Paramruth... Sorry. You shouldn't laugh, but it's just... I'm not gonna call him by his name. I'm just not gonna do it.